Pat Boone was born on June 1st, 1934, in Jacksonville, Florida, and grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, during a pivotal time in the music industry. From a young age, Pat displayed a natural musicality and wholesome charm that would come to define his public persona. Growing up in a musical environment, he was surrounded by sounds that would shape his career. His breakthrough came in the 1950s, a decade that saw rock and roll explode onto the scene. Pat, with his smooth vocals and clean-cut image, managed to carve out a place for himself in the music world, appealing to families and becoming one of the most beloved stars of the era. His talents were quickly recognized, leading to a string of hits that cemented his status as a household name. Pat Boone's signature sound and multi-generational appeal. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Pat Boone's career soared. His smooth renditions of rhythm and blues hits like Ain't That a Shame in Love, Letters in the Sand captured the hearts of millions. His music, characterized by heartfelt innocence and romantic nostalgia, provided an emotional escape for listeners. Boone's voice, paired with his wholesome image, won him fans from all age groups. His multi-generational appeal was something few artists achieved. For a time, he was even considered a rival to Elvis Presley, with whom he shared the spotlight. His approach to music was clean yet captivating, and it resonated deeply with audiences seeking an escape from the fast-changing, sometimes chaotic world of rock and roll. Pat Boone's Hollywood career, the rise of a screen icon. In addition to his musical success, Pat Boone also became a fixture in Hollywood. He appeared in more than a dozen films, including Bernardine, April Love, and Journey to the Center of the Earth. These roles allowed him to showcase not only his singing abilities, but also his natural charisma and strong acting instincts. Pat's on-screen presence exuded decency, warmth, and youthful optimism. And these qualities made him a popular choice for family-friendly roles. His transition from a recording artist to a respected actor was seamless, and he became a staple in 1950s and 1960s entertainment. His ability to embody wholesome, family-friendly characters made him an icon of that era's cinematic landscape. A life committed to faith, family, and values. Pat Boone's career wasn't just about fame or accolades. Throughout his time in the spotlight, he maintained a strong commitment to his Christian faith, family, and personal values. Unlike many of his peers, Pat carefully chose roles that aligned with his moral compass, often using his platform to inspire others. He authored several books that reflected his faith and shared messages of hope, integrity, and love. Pat's public persona was not just about being a famous singer or actor. It was about living a life that honored his beliefs and uplifting others along the way. His dedication to family and faith, alongside his successful career, allowed him to remain relevant and beloved for decades. Pat Boone's career shift a new chapter in the 1960s. The 1960s marked an interesting shift in Pat Boone's career. After establishing himself as a beloved star of romantic films and lighthearted music, Boone began exploring different genres and projects. One of his more unexpected roles came in the gothic spoof The Horror of It All, 1963. A far cry from his usual roles, this venture into comedy and horror allowed Boone to showcase a more playful and mischievous side. Later, Boone appeared in the European comedy Never Put It in Writing, 1964, filmed in Ireland, which displayed his versatility and ability to adapt to different comedic styles. As the decade progressed, Boone continued to experiment with a wide variety of roles, broadening his appeal and solidifying his status as a versatile entertainer. A star in the 1960s and 1970s, Boone's diverse film career. As Boone's career evolved in the 1960s, he took on increasingly diverse roles, adding depth to his filmography. He worked alongside legendary stars like Debbie Reynolds and Tony Curtis in Goodbye Charlie, 1964, and even appeared in the grand biblical epic, The Greatest Story Ever Told, 1965. These films marked a departure from his earlier roles, but also reflected his adaptability as an actor. Boone continued to work in films that spanned various genres, including comedy, adventure, and drama, with roles that both entertained and challenged his abilities. His involvement in The Cross and the Switchblade, 1970, a faith-based film, demonstrated his ongoing commitment to sharing messages of hope and morality through his acting career. The marriage of Pat Boone and Shirley Lee Foley, a lasting legacy. In 1953, Pat Boone married Shirley Lee Foley, the daughter of country music legends Red Foley and Judy Martin. Their union was not just a celebrity marriage, but a deep and meaningful partnership rooted in shared values and love for music. Over the years, the Boones became one of Hollywood's most admired couples, admired for their warmth, humility, and the close-knit family they built together. They had 4 daughters, each of whom inherited a spark of their parents' creativity. The Boone household was known for its music-filled evenings, love for one another, and strong moral foundation. Through their marriage, Pat and Shirley became a symbol of enduring love and commitment in an industry known for its fleeting relationships. Shirley Boone's legacy, from music to global humanitarian work. Shirley Boone was not only a supportive partner to Pat, but also a talented artist and humanitarian in her own right. She was deeply committed to giving back and founded a small Christian hunger relief ministry, which eventually grew into Mercy Corps, one of the world's most respected global relief organizations. Shirley's legacy of love, service, and faith continues to inspire others to use their gifts to make a positive impact on the world. Despite often being in the shadow of her husband's fame, Shirley's work spoke volumes, and her contributions to both her family and the world left a lasting impact. Her passing in 2019 marked the end of a remarkable life, but her influence remains profound, especially through the work of Mercy Corps, the Boones in Teaneck, New Jersey, a family grounded in faith. Despite Pat Boone's widespread fame, the Boone family was known for their grounded and humble lifestyle, especially during their time in Teaneck, New Jersey in the late 1950s. While Pat's music echoed across the nation, the family created a stable, music-filled home that was far removed from the chaos of Hollywood. The Boones were deeply embedded in their community, known for their kindness and genuine humility. Pat and Shirley prioritized their faith and family, and these values served as the foundation for their children's upbringing. Teaneck, with its quiet charm, became the backdrop for the Boones' most formative years, offering a sense of normalcy in contrast to the fast-paced world of fame. Pat Boone reflects on Roy Orbison, a deep and lasting friendship. At 91, Pat Boone has begun to share more candidly about the relationships that shaped his life and career, including his friendship with the legendary Roy Orbison. Boone reflected on how he had admired Orbison's haunting ballads and distinctive voice long before they became friends. Despite their differing musical styles, Boone always respected Orbison's commitment to creating merciless art. He recalled that Orbison was not interested in competing with other artists, but instead focused on producing music that would last. Boone described Orbison as a man of deep sensitivity, who often struggled with insecurities despite his genius. The two shared a mutual respect, and Boone wanted to set the record straight, clarifying that there was never any rivalry between them, only admiration. The bond between Boone and Orbison were a relationship of mutual respect. Boone also used this opportunity to address long-standing rumors that suggested tension or rivalry between him and Orbison. There was never bad blood, Boone emphasized, only respect. While their careers took different paths and their musical styles appealed to different audiences, Boone felt they shared a bond forged by mutual admiration. Boone explained that the pressures of fame often led both of them to seek solace in their art and in their friendship. At 91, Boone felt a renewed sense of responsibility to preserve Orbison's legacy and ensure that fans understood the humanity behind the legend. He was determined to honor his friend's memory and to share the truth about their friendship. Pat Boone's legacy and his commitment to truth. As Pat Boone looks back on his long and illustrious career, he feels a deep responsibility to preserve the stories of the artists who shaped his generation, especially Roy Orbison. At my age, you start thinking about the legacy you leave behind, he admitted. Boone's legacy includes not just his own contributions to music and film, but also his commitment to preserving the memories of his peers. In speaking about Orbison, Boone reaffirmed his belief that true artistry transcends fame and fortune. Orbison's voice was not just a vehicle for hit songs. It was an expression of deep emotion and raw talent. For Boone, sharing the truth about their friendship was a way to honor a friend whose influence on music remains eternal.